All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're about ready to begin. Let me get rid of a bats there. All right, so first game I've streamed of Kiwoom or NC, so bear with me a little bit as I learn some of the newer players' names. But Kim Yoon Ha on the mound again. That's Pak Chan Ho's nephew, ladies and gentlemen, on the mound. And then obviously Puig left. Cardenas getting the start as a DH today. So uh, pretty much the same lineup. These two teams are probably going to be scoring a lot of runs today. Both pitchers not pitching well. 7.36 ERA for Kim Yoon-ha. He's given up 6 home runs already this season. Yeah, 5 of them were in the first game. So it'll be, he gave up 1 yesterday or in his last game. So he's given up quite a few home runs already. Last year, he gave up 6 home runs total. So he's already given up as many home runs today or this season as he did last season. So, yeah, we shall just about underway. A little late here. All right, so Pak Min-woo stepping in for NC, the captain. Both captains playing second base today. So this series also is not having any cheering. It was something that Pak Min-woo talked to his players on his team as the first pitch is underway, and that's fouled away. So he talked to his players, toned down the celebrations. It's tough to not play excited as an athlete. That's what you've always done. But he talked to him, said, calm down, no big celebrations. But both teams talk to each other. They will not be doing any. There's no cheering, no cheer squads at this game, as that's going to be a ground ball. Song Min scoops it up, and we've got 1 away. Oops, wrong button. Already wrong button. Welcome, sir. All right, Kim Ju-won, the only, as far as I know, he is the only switch hitting Korean player. The shortstop for NC, the young shortstop, is the only switch hitting Korean, as I know, as that is outside ball 1. Kim Yoon-ha has struggled mightily. Again, I talked about the 6 home runs. No problem. Always happy to have you. You can always stop by. You don't even need an invitation from me, man. And the 1-0 catches the top of the zone, 1-1. Last game, 89 pitches, 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, but took the loss. First game against Kia, he gave up 8 runs, 7 of them earned. So rough start. Well, I try my best. I got to extend the invitation at all times. As that one catches the outside, and it's 1-2 now. Kim Yoon-ha only throws 3 pitches. He's gonna have to probably learn a 4th pitch if he's gonna be a starter. 50 or 60% of the time he's gonna throw his fastball. It's right around 142, 143 kilometers an hour, and the 1-2 is fouled away. He is not gonna strike very many people out. He has 6 strikeouts in 11 innings this year. Last year, 43 strikeouts in 79 innings, and that was in 19 games. 12 of those were starts. So he came out of the bullpen for seven of those games where he just started to struggle. So last year, Kim Ju-won, 2 for 4 against the right-hander, and that is outside 2-2. So, yeah, I mean, last year against NC, he also didn't pitch well. 4 games, 0-1, 16 innings. NC hit 333 against them. They did only hit 1 home run, though. So, all right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be chopped foul, and it stays 2-2. So you got Riley on the mound for NC. Riley is going to strike some guys out. He throws a little harder. He's going to average 150 on his fastball, but both of these guys are gonna give up some walks. All right, so sets up on the inside for the 2-2 pitch and hits his spot, but a little inside, and we've got our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody loves a full count, a full count, a full count. All right. The catcher says throw it in the zone. He does, but it's fouled away, and it's another 3-2 pitch. I always love the animation from the catchers back behind the plates. Like the amount of movement from the catchers behind the plate in the KBO is just ridiculous. Like they are constantly moving. What's up, Mary Kate? Did they take the lead? And that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, and he picks it up in a second out. See, it's 4-6. The 2 runners on. Moonhyun Bin takes the second home run of the day. All right, Sonos Up steps in 448 on this season. Last year, he was one of the reasons why NC wasn't able to stay in the playoff race, and they faded late. Not because of his output, but because he got hurt. As that's low, and it's 1-1. So Sonos Up and Pakanu, both injured last year, really took all the sales out of NC basically. Well, Hanwha did have, as that's fouled away. Hanwha did. Luckily, they used their closer yesterday. In was it yesterday in a 5-0 game? So at least he's remembers where the mound is, I guess. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And he swing and a miss at a pitch way down in the zone. That'll be his first strikeout. And 1, 2, 3, go the Dinos. We'll go to the bottom of the first. I think that's the wrong one, Mary Kate. Wasn't it Moonhyun Bin that just hit a second home run of the day? Put up 1 hit in the first 7 innings, and then they put up 6 runs in the last 2. Your people? All right. So Puig leading things off for Kiwoom here in the bottom of the first. Let me get rid of that stuff. Why is that not changing? That's why. And I was like, wait, why is NC up again? Another replay. Wow. Welcome, Armand. Welcome. For some reason, they're replaying the game. Can we get back to the game for today, please? All right, there we go. Oh, Riley out on the mound. 6.75 ERA on the season. 2 games. He's 1-1. 10.2 innings. 9 strikeouts. 9 walks. He's also given up 3 home runs. So he gave up 2 home runs in his last start against LG, and then he gave up 1 home run against Kia. So, yeah, I expect some home runs today. I really do. Kiwoom and NC both have pretty powerful offenses. Their pitching is what holds them back. Is first pitch to Puig is in there for a strike. My Kiwoom Heroes uniform. All right, the 0-1 pitch. I'll check in just a second. Yep, SSG got rained out. So it's just NC and Kiwoom and Doosan and Lotte are the options, except for the remainder of the Samsung Hanwha game. All right, the 0-2 pitch to Puig again yesterday. The big grand slam, his first in 3 years, and way upstairs, 1-2. Waiting for our guy back behind home plates for Kiwoom. Haven't seen him arrive yet. And chopped foul. Stays 1-2. We getting 311 on the season. So again, how many have you watched any Kiwoom games? I mean, this is only the second series that they've had at home, I think. All right, the 1-2. Low nutmegs the catcher, and it's 2-2. He his seat, there's nobody in his seat. Oksong Wan comes on to close. A swing and a miss at a pitch in the other batter's box, and Puig goes down a swinging. Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah, I was wondering when those people were going to come in. All right, first pitch is a little high there, and it's 1-0. Son Sung Moon hitting at only 220 on the season. Again, the captain that's fouled away. Oh, Armand, if you have questions, just ask. We're fairly friendly. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside. He goes down to the bottom of the zone. He flips it. That's going to be trouble. And Hakanu makes the sliding catch over the shortstop who ducked just at the last second, and 2 away. Oh, Kim Saw-hyun is in. All right, 9 pitches for Riley after the sliding catch by the center fielder. Cardenas steps in and looks at ball 1 in the dirt, and it's 1-0. So Cardenas hitting 333 on the season, 3 home runs. Off to a really hot start to cool off as of a little bit lately. And swing and a miss there on a pitch on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. All right, that's pitch is fouled away, and it's 1-2. Riley's been getting 2 outs or one strike, 2 strike counts here. He's not fallen way behind. Again, something had to worry about with 9 strikeouts and 9 walks on the season. 6 walks in his last game too. All right, the 1-2 pitch misses upstairs, and it's 2-2. He must have something in his eye as he's trying to wipe it away with his dirty batting gloves. Rocking the Franklins, despite Kiwoom having Nike as their sponsor. And fouls that one straight back. Stays 2-2. So Riley, 4 pitches, fastball 52, 53% of the time, about 150. Then slider 24% of the time, curveball next, and then a forkball, which is very surprising for a foreign guy. That is fouled away, and another 2-2 pitch. So both of these pitchers have yet. Well, actually, I think Kim Yuna was able to go a little deeper into one game. I think he had 6 innings in one game, but both of these guys have been struggling once they get to the 5th inning, as that is fouled away. And Cardenas played in 7 games for Samsung last year before getting injured, and then they tried to force him to play, and then they released him. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Check swing, fouls it away. Would have been ball 3, but instead we'll have another 2-2 pitch. I don't know. All right, the 2-2 pitch. And a broken bat is going to be a grounder to the shortstop. Picks it up, throws across. And 1, 2, 3, go. The Heroes will go to the 2nd inning. It's 0-0 with 0 hits and 0 runs and 0 walks. Got ourselves a pitching duel here, ladies and gentlemen. Got ourselves a pitching. That is a fantastic joke that I will never, ever tell. Chills, you're down to your last out. Ah, thank you for explaining that. All right, we should be back. Hanwha wins. Wow. All right, Kim Yuna, 15 pitches in that first inning, and 1, 2, 3 ended with a strikeout. Davison steps in. Why? I don't know why it says David Gieson. David Gieson. Try to fix that real quick, like. Ah, let's try that. Welcome, Luke. That's why they won. You finally turned in to watch them. All right, so we've got a 1-0 count. Davison whipping the bat around. Again, last year's home run king. And that's upstairs, and it's 2. I know. And Kim Yuna leading the league in home runs given up. 6 already on the season versus the home run king, Matt Davison sticking his tongue out like Mike, and that drops in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 2-1. Oh, you watched yesterday? They still cannot beat a starter. That outside, and it's 3-1. All right, to the 3-1 pitch from Kim Yuna to Davison. Sets up right down the middle. Checks his swing. Did he check his swing? He did not check his swing, and that'll run the count full. Nice call by the first base umpire. He reached down and started to take his gear off, but then had to stop. All right, another 3-2 count, second one of the day. And the pitch fouled it away as he was waiting on that curveball, and no. Oh, I didn't even notice. I hadn't even looked there. No, his seat is one. His seat is the one missing, right? As that's a strikeout, staring at it. When you can either swing or not swing. Check your swing means you were getting ready to swing and you tried to stop. So you go like halfway. So I think you're right. They are in his seat. I kept thinking it was the one right behind home plate, but it's not, as that's filed away. Kim Ganu, 286 on the season. Again, just made that sliding catch that's under or on top of the falling down Kim Ju-won, as that's outside. 1-0. 1-1. Just like that, they show what I'm talking about. Yeah, he finally probably got tired of it. And the 1-1, that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman on the grass, and 2 away. Third time he has fielded a ball already. Kiwoom has recorded 5 outs. 3 of them have been a 4-3 ground out, and the other 2 have been the strikeouts at the top of your screen. Kim Yuna is Pak Chan-ho's nephew. Pak Chan-ho of obvious Dodger fame. And that's in there for a strike. Also, Pak Chan-ho played for the Hanwha Eagles after he came back. Guanidong, again, reminds me of Rookie of the Year. Rowan Gardner, the first time he ever steps into the plates, and that is upstairs, 1-1. Nunu? I have no idea. Now, if you're talking about ooh, that's like crying. And that's 2-1. And the 2-1, and that's a check swing, but it fouls it away, and it's 2-2. So this means like crying. All right, the 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. Low, and it's going to be another full count. Third full count of the day now. Second of the inning as the pitch count you have to start. So the worry in both Yeah, Nuna would be older sister. Nanu would be sharing or dividing, as that is going to be a single into left field. And the first base runner of the day, ladies and gentlemen. The no hitter is over. The perfect game is over. We will have our first base runner and our first hits of the day. Yeah, I don't know. Nunu, I don't know. Luke would know way, way more than I would. All right, Saho Chal steps in, the third baseman, hitting 231 on the season, sets up on the outside, and that's going to be another single to left as they've got back-to-back hits. Yeah. I was thinking Nugu, Nunu, Uyu. But that wouldn't even be new. That because new would be uh the double down. I don't not the KFC snacker burger thing. Because New York would be the double. I don't know what the letter is actually called though. Yeah. Right? That would be from like New York or something like that. And a swing and a miss at a pitch that almost hit him in the shin. So Paxe Hyuk, the backstop, hitting the same that we are on the season. Lovely goose eggs galore from the 8 spots for NC. And the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 at a pitch that is nowhere near the strike zone once again. And Paxe Hyuk was with the Bears. He took over as the backstop once Yang Yi came to NC or went to NC. Well, you have as many hits as he does. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Runners on first and second. I don't know. As that's going to be a third strikeout. They leave 2 on, and we will go to the bottom of the second. It's 0-0. Quite a few pitches there in that inning, though. 35 pitches on the day, 20 in that inning. I don't think Puig. It would have to be. I mean, no. I wouldn't say that because generally they put the families and stuff into like the table seating. I don't know. Does he have a brother? Yeah. Yeah, of course. That's right. Especially military family. Could easily be military family. Thank you, Dylan. And And Riley's first pitch to Cheju-Won is upstairs 1-0. Cheju-Won hitting a 378 on the season, and that's going to be a into the hole. The shortstop grabs it, backhands, throws, and 1 away. Yeah, I would go with military. I always any time that there is a any foreigners in games in at a Kiwoom game or a game in Suwon, a KT game. Thank you, Blue. And that is outside and another ball. 1-0. So Kim Gunny, the backstop for Kiwoom, hitting 250 on the season, which is just 140, 1 for 4, and that is ball 2-0. Riley again, 18 pitches in the first inning, 1, 2, 3. Was lucky on that little bloop to center field. Oh, here comes the 2-0 pitch. And that's upstairs, and it's 3-0. He was taking the whole time, and he's probably going to be taken here. He does, and that is ball 4 on 4 straight pitches. All right, Im Byung-wook will step in, the center fielder. I don't know what happened to Eong-gyu. Is he on the roster still? No. So Lee Ju-hyung is normally the center fielder, but he is not in the lineup. Im Byung-wook steps in. He is 0 for the season. And the first pitch is upstairs, ball 5. Got to get the old Texas A. I need to record the Texas A&M chants where they're just like ball 6, ball 6, ball 6, ball 6. All right, the 1-0, ball 7, ball 7, ball 7. Like I said, both of these guys walk a lot. Riley, 10 or 8, 9 walks, 9 strikeouts in the 10 innings. Kim Yuna, 4 walks in 11 innings. So, no, Riley has not pitched well, and that's ball 8, ball 8. Walks Kim Gun-hee on 4 straight pitches, and now it's 3-0 to the center fielder, who is hitting 0 on the season. First starting spot for him on the season, and just barely clips the inside corner, and it's 3-1. He gives a little smile there as he's like, "Huh, I found the strike zone." Yeah, I don't gamble. I don't bets. I just watch as that is runs inside and another walk as he's now puts runners on first and second with 1 out, and they'll have a little mound visit. Brings up a Pak Ju-hong, who is hitting a very robust 190. He'd love to get himself a little hits here to get him over the Mendoza line. I mean, I have to take Kiwoom just because I would take Kiwoom just because they're home. Like that would be the only reason. NC was 9-7 against Kiwoom last year as that runs inside, and now it's ball one. All right, the 1-0. Just catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. And it seems I think this is my 11th game I've streamed. Is that right? Yeah. 11th game. As that is lifted, and that is going back. Goodbye, baseball. I told you were going to see some home runs today, ladies and gentlemen. And there is one. Clearing the bases on a 3-run shot by Pak Ju-hong. And that would put him over the Mendoza line. Not a bad way to get your first hit of the day for Kiwoom. Like I said, I would take Kiwoom. And that brings up Kim Tae-jin, who looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone. And strike two in there, and it's 0-2. The 2 walks hurt him bad as he gives up the 3-run shot to Pak Ju-hong. And the 0-2 pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Foul away, and it stays 1-2. Now you got Riley already up to 36 pitches. Again, Kim Yoon-ah at 35 pitches after he gave up the 2 hits with 2 outs. So still just 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Upstairs, 2-2. A 2-2 pitch misses inside and a full counts. This is actually the first full count that Kiwoom has had all day, just because the other was just 4-pitch walks, 5-pitch walks. And the 3-2 pitch misses again, and that's going to be the 3rd walk this inning as he walks the number 8 hitter. Again, last game he pitched, he had 6 walks in 5.1 innings. All right, thanks for stopping by, Luke. I'd say go water your garden, but I think it probably got plenty of water today. All right, so we're gonna be the number 9 hitter here, Jun Tae-hyun, hitting .417 on the season. And that's upstairs, and another ball. 40 pitches now for Riley. And 21 of them have been balls. As Pak Min-ho says, switches the pitch comm out. No, he doesn't switch it out. I think he was just stalling a little bit there. I believe he was just stalling there because he didn't switch it out. He took it out of his helm, his hat. Again, Pak Min-ho is the team captain, the second baseman. One person in the infield also wears the pitch comm, and he said he had an issue with it, but then suddenly it was working fine, and he went back to his position. But it didn't help because there was another ball, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 misses upstairs. 3-0. Riley, 9 innings, 9 walks is his pace for the season. That is not good, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the 3-0 right down the middle, and it's 3-1. It'll give me over fastball as Jun Tae-hyun was backing out of the batter's box before the pitch even crossed the plates. All right, we'll see what happens here. The 3-1 pitch, pitch number 44 for Riley. Runner on first, swing and a miss, and that's strike 2 and another full count. 2 straight full counts for Riley as that pitch clock or pitch count is a climbing. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Kiwoom already has 3 runs on 3 walks and a homer. And the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strikeouts number 2 on the day for Riley as he helps himself out there. And they'll flip the lineup back over to the top. And Puig will get his first chance to bat with a runner on base. Riley looks like he's dripping in sweat out there. Again, they are in a dome. It is hot in the dome, though. I will say that. All right, first pitch to Puig is in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. 304 on the season. Struck out in his first at bat, 0 for 1. In the big grand salami yesterday. And the 0-1 upstairs, 1-1. All right, 1-1 pitch to Puig, and he chops it foul. 1-2 as he's way ahead of it. And gives the bat a good old, I don't know if it was a lick or a sniff, to testing his senses out on the bats. As Kim Tae-jin is still over at first base with the 1-out walk. And the 1-2 pitch just gets a piece of it. Riley over off the mound, throws across, and that's will be 3 away on the 1-3 put out, but not before Kiwoom scores 3 on the 3-run shot. After 2 walks, a 3-run shot, and then another walk as Kiwoom 1 hit, but 3 runs. We'll go to the top of the 3rd. Not a good inning. Riley there. What's he sitting at? 49 pitches. 31 pitches in that inning. That is not how you go deep in games, ladies and gentlemen. I'm no expert at pitching, but I believe you have to have a little bit better outings than that. I haven't looked at. Again, this is the first game I've streamed for both Kiwoom and NC. They're just not popular teams, and on top of that, they're not very good. So a lot of people aren't voting. Again, you guys get to pick who I stream. This year, I'm not just doing Hanwha Youngs. So you guys get to pick whoever you want me to stream. Each week or twice a week, I'll put up a poll on my YouTube channel there. Just go to the post or the community. I don't know what it's called for you guys. That section, and you can vote on which series you want to see, and then I'll take the top 2 or 3 series, and from there I'll pick based on pitching matchups and who's playing well, who's not playing well, and also who I want to actually stream, obviously. All right, Ha Wan steps in. He's looks at strike one. And the 0-1 pitch coming up in the dirt, and it's 1-1. So Kim Yoon-ah gave up 2 singles in his last inning, quick 2 outs, and then 2 singles, but got the strikeout to end the inning. He's got 3 strikeouts actually now, and that's outside. 2-1. So tells you a little bit about how top heavy NC's lineup is. You know, the first 1 through 6 can score runs, can hit well. But then you got your DH hitting ninth. That tells me right there that you don't have a very deep lineup. Both of these teams do not have very deep lineups. Both of these teams, I'm going to say this, are financially not in good positions either. The 2-2, that's going to be a ground ball past the third baseman and a leadoff single for the number 9 hitter. And maybe that's why he's DHing from the 9 spot, I guess. I don't know. That'll flip the lineup back over to Park Min-woo. That was a the third baseman didn't look like he wanted to get down and get that. It was just like, I didn't get it. Sorry, guys. All right, Park Min-woo steps in, 292 on the season, a 4-3 ground out in his first at bat. And Kim Gun-hee steps over, looks in the throwback over to first. And it is going to be quiet at this stadium because there are no cheer sections, or there's cheer sections. There is no cheering at this weekend's games. And here comes the first pitch. And in there for a strike. Park Min-woo backed away, thought it was going to hit him, but it was right over. Yeah, it's just this series. No, it's this series. NC and Kiwoom got together and decided not to have cheering for just this series. And the 0-1. And fouled away, and it's 0-2. Yeah, and then another thing, next week, NC is supposed to play Lotte at home, but they're actually going to play Lotte in Busan. So NC will be the home team in Busan against Lotte. As that just catches the inside corner, and down on strikes is Park Min-woo. He jumped out of the way, but it was a strike according to the ABS system, and it's 1 out now. And I talked about yeah, they are doing a full investigation of everything, and they're also talking about next week. NC is supposed to host. Oh, that is crushed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to make it 2-3. Absolutely crushed by Kim Joo-won. First pitch hung it right over the middle, and he deposited it way over the fence. We've got ourselves a baseball game once again. Again, I told you there was going to be some home runs, and I told you there was going to be some runs scored in this game. I'm never wrong. All right, Sona Sup steps in. He struck out in his first at-bat, and that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Kim Yoon-ah, with that home run given up, has already passed his total for the season last year. And that's way, way high, and it's 1-1. Gonna be a bullpen day, a bullpen day. And the 1-1 outside, 2-1. And that's going to be no. The right fielder misses the ball and then just watches it roll over as the center fielder now comes over, gets it. Sona Sop is going to cruise into third base with an absolutely awful play in right field by Pak Ju Hong. He just strolled. I thought it was going to be a double into the gap, but he closed the gap and stuck his glove up, and it just went right past him. It looked like he lost it in the lights. I don't even know if it touched him. And then he didn't like stop and turn around to go get the ball either. Wow. Yeah, and they're about to tie it up too. Davison easily can put the ball far enough away to make it 3-3. Absolute, like he just stuck his glove up and then it missed his glove. It went right between his body and his glove, and then he just kept jogging away. All right. As Davison pops that one up, not deep enough as the shortstop under it, and a pop fly to the shortstop is going to make it 2 away. First pitch swinging from Davison. And I live in Korea. I live in Korea. I was a season ticket holder for years. So I've been following the league for 12 years. I think it's my 12th season following the league. All right, so you got 2 outs now, and Park Ganu fouls that one away, and it's 0-1. Yeah. So even like the pictures that you see, like in that stadium, I took those pictures. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that's outside, 1-1. Yeah, Kiwoom, back whenever it was Nexon is whenever I took that picture. If you're watching the game at all, and you have the seats behind home plate that you can see with the burgundy seats, if you sat there before the game, you could actually go down onto the field. What is the? They try to pick him off at third base on the ball. A really dumb throw by the catcher. It is an experience. It is very, very different from MLB, that's for sure. I would say 8, 9 runs easily. Like, again, Kim Yuna here in the top of the third, he's getting ready to throw pitch number 54. Riley's already thrown 49 pitches in the bottom, and both of these teams have the worst bullpens in the league. Not this year, but previous years. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. And he fouls it away out of play, and it's 3-2 and another full count. 18. And that's going to be lifted into pass. Puig, it just keeps going and going off the wall, and that's going to tie the game as Pakanu is going to come up with an RBI double to tie the game here in the top of the third. Puig just kept floating back, and the ball just kept going. He made a, I'm going to call it a Marcella Zuna attempt at the catch at the wall. As Pakanu now is going to be standing on second base. They've got runners in scoring position again. And there's no way he was going to catch that. That was, most of these walls are, 3-4 meters up. And that was at the very top of the padding as that misses upstairs. And it's 1-0. So we've got ourselves a 3-3 game. Because this is going to be an offensive battle. And the 1-0, and that's in there for a ball, and it's 2-0. I don't know what the over is, but sounds like a good idea. All right, the 2-0 pitch. 3-0. We are going to have ourselves a long game as the 3-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 3-1 now. I hope the pitching coach has his Dr. Scholes in for these multiple trips back and forth to the mound, as they're both going to need it. As here comes the 3-1 pitch to Henry Rowan-Gardner. And that misses outside, and they've got another base runner. Or now you got runners on first and second for Soho Chal. Soho Chal singled in his first at-bats, which was just last inning. Oh, man. NC has two of the best. NC has two of the best, without a question. They've got Sonos Up and Guani Dong. So the two corner outfielders for NC have two of the most unique stances in the KBO. NC, yeah, I mean, they would be full of unique because you got, again, Kim Ju-won, the shortstop, is the only switch hitter, the only Korean switch hitter. And here comes the 0-1. And a chopped foul. 0-2. Kim Yuna already 27 pitches in this inning, sitting at 62 so far. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up high right above the letters, and that misses outside. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch number 64, and I think it might have hit him there, but I'm pretty sure it hit him on that swing, but it'll go down as a foul. He hit it into his leg. 286 on the season for the third baseman. He, again, 1 for 1 on the day. He singled last inning with Guanidong over on first. Will he single again with Guanidong on first again? And the 1-2, no, he won't. He'll swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 5 for Kim Yuna. But he gives up 3 runs on a 2-run shot, a triple, a double, a walk, and we will go to the bottom of the third. It's tied up at 3. Offense, offense, offense. Sometimes my buttons just don't work when I push them. Or they'll work on one thing, but they won't work on the other. All right. Rough half innings here for both starting pitchers. 65 pitches now, 30 pitches there. NC's left 4 guys on base already. Let's see. Try to get my numbers all set up. All right, we should be there. Is the bottom of the third, not the bottom of the fourth. Please disregard that. Again, sometimes my buttons don't work the way they should. There we go. All right, Song Sung Moon, 214 on the season, checks his swing there, but it's foul and it's 0-2. So Riley, 51 pitches already now. And 2 strikeouts, though. Song Sung Moon flew out to center field. Again, that was the little bloop that the Park Geun-woo ended up grabbing as Kim Ju-won slid lower, and Park Geun-woo grabbed it over him, as that's going to be in the dirt. And 1-2. Song Sung Moon finally had the breakout season he was looking for last year. 340 last year. Still just a 274 average, as that is a Pak Se-hyuk jumping to be able to catch that ball from Riley. The umpire ducking down. All right, the 2-2 pitch to the second baseman. And he lifts that one. Right fielder is second baseman out there, as that will be a pop fly to the second baseman. Sona Sup probably should have taken that, but he didn't, and it's still 1 out. Here we go. That's going to bring up Cardenas. Cardenas 6-3 ground out in his first at bat. He's 0 for 1 on the day, 325 on the season. We'll have time called as once again more PitchCom issues, ladies and gentlemen. If you were ever thinking about bringing PitchCom to your league, please don't buy the Temu version that the KBO bought. All right, the 3-2 in there for a strike. I was reading his batting average. not to the count. Riley doing his best. Oh man, I can't even remember the name. Kim Won Jong. That's a swing and a miss there. Little happy feet over on the mound. Inez with a deep breath. Kiwoom changed their uniforms. They now got 7 different varieties this year. And the 0-2 swing and a miss, and that's going to be 2 away. I think he might have tipped it into the glove, but nonetheless, it is an out. Yep, did tip it into the glove, but it still goes down as a big okay. As Chejuan steps in, he started out last inning with a 6-3 ground out and then ran into the issues as that one misses upstairs, and it's 1-0. Chejuan, 6-3 ground outs last inning, to lead off the inning, 370 on the season. That's after that is whenever things kind of fell apart for him, as that is fouled away, and it's 1-1. And up high, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Fouls. Nope, he's going to be lifted into left field. And that will be 1, 2, 3. Go the Heroes. We'll go to the top of the 4th. It's 3-3. Tie game. Solid outing there, or solid inning for Riley. 1, 2, 3 in the first, and then 1, 2, 3 here in the third. Hopefully, he doesn't run into some even inning issues. Helping his pitch count out there. He's 61 pitches, so only 12 pitches that inning. No, it's the week. It's Saturdays are always 5 o'clock, and then Sundays are always 2 until June. That's when they'll go to 6 and 5. Howdy, Alan. Howdy, howdy. All right, the number 8 hitter, Pak Se-hyuk, should be leading things out. Yeah, the one thing that is kind of screwy is sometimes you have 2 o'clock Saturday games. Sometimes you have, sometimes you have 2 o'clock Saturday games. Sometimes you have 5 o'clock Saturday games, and then the Sunday games are always 2, and then they go to 5 and then 6. But Kiwoom is usually at 2. Like it's kind of a little screwy. But Nail leading the league in whatever that is, pitcher ranking. I don't know what that is. Yeah. All right, Pak Se-hyuk steps in. He's still looking for his first hit of the season. 0 for 1 on the day with his strikeouts back in the second inning. And that's misses outside, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch pops it up. Third baseman over at the dugouts, but it's going to hit somebody's hat and water bottle. Knocks the hats over onto the bench, and we'll have a 1-1 count. Still learning to talk. I think I'll get a hang of it after a few more years. And the 1-1 pitch upstairs, 2-1. We've got ourselves 68 pitches. So that means that 67 was, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, a foul ball, which is also known as a strike, because pitch number 67 is always a strike. And the 2-1 in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-2. How many? So you're ahead of us, I believe, right? Yeah. How many hours ahead are you? Is that just misses outside and another full counts? 5 full counts now for Kim Yuna. All right, 3-2 counts in the dirt, and that's going to be a walk, a leadoff walk to the guy that hasn't had a hit all season. Is probably not the best strategy, but what do I know? Han Jae-won steps in. He led off last inning in the big inning for NC. They led off last inning with a single and a run scored on the 2-run shot by Kim Ju-won. And that's outside, ball 1. Kim Yuna is not a guy that walks a ton of guys. He has 4 walks on the season, 2 in each game. He's got 2 now here in this game. But he's running into a pitch count issue at this point. And that is fouled away, and it's 1-1. So first game he threw 93 pitches, so 93 pitches, 59 strikes. Second game he threw 89 pitches, 53 strikes. He's pitched 5 innings and then 6 innings. So obviously they're going to try to get 5 innings from him, but at this point, you have to wonder if either one of these pitchers are going to be able to go 5 innings. And the 1-1 pitch just catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Beautiful, beautiful pitch. Maybe catches the extra strike zone. Again, the home plate is 17 inches, same as every other home plate in the world. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, sets up on the outside. And misses upstairs, 2-2. But so last year when the ABS system took over, the KBO decided they talked to AAA 4 balls before they get hit into play or 3 strikes. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Rose sets up down the middle, and he pops that one up right in the middle of the. Oh, as Kim Tae-hyun dives for it, as Choi-Ju-won makes the play from first base, as Jun Tae-hyun dove for it right into the leg of Choi-Ju-won, and he is down on the ground, and he's holding his side. I don't know, maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him a bit as he is down on the ground on his back. So that was a pop-up right at the pitcher's mound. Kim Yuna did not get out of the way very quickly. Choi-Ju-won grabs it, and looks like Jun Tae-hyun tripped and hit his face into the thigh of Choi-Ju-won. So we'll see what happens here. See if they've got the foldable stretcher out on the field. Talking to him a little bit. So, Armand, if you look at the screen, no, Saw Yushin is warming up there. I assume he's going to come in. If you look at the screen, it says, if you look at the bottom of that little rectangle, it says 2-2. That means 2 balls, 3 strikes. So if I hit this button, now it's 3-2. If I hit this button, it's 1, 2. So the first number is a ball. And so if they get 4 balls before they get 3 strikes or before they hit it into play, then it's a walk and they get to go to first base for free. All right, Jun Tae-hyun throwing the ball a little bit, see if he stays in the game. And seems to be okay. I was trying to explain something else a bit ago. Oh, the strike zone. The strike zone. So the plate is 17 inches. They talked to the AAA in the MLB, and they said they should add 2.5 inches. And probably they took or not 2.5 inches, but 2.5 centimeters. Which I imagine they said add an inch, which is like 2.54. And the security guard just took a foul ball, and the dude in the plastic jacket is not concerned about the security guard. He is just trying to get the ball that is underneath the security guard who's bent over holding himself because he just took a foul ball off the wall into his body as time is called. Was he hitting the balls? I couldn't see. No, not in the ball, just in the looks like the elbow. And the LG fan, again, I said plastic jacket. Everybody should have known who I was talking about. The LG fan at the game is not concerned about the security guard at all, as that is going to be ripped into right field. And oh, KBO. The fans. I mean, so much is going on right now. Is that is going to put runners on first and second. I feel like this is where I definitely need an extra guy to be talking. No, they're going to come out, talk to Kim Yuna, 3.1 innings. Is he going to stay in? Nope, that'll be it for him. We'll have our first pitching change of the day as 78 pitches for him, and he will be done. Like I said, pitch count. All right, so back to trying to explain this strike zone. So the plate is 17 inches wide. Every home plate is 17 inches wide. They talked to the KBO, or the KBO talked to AAA, who has the ABS system. They have all the stuff for it. And AAA said, hey, you want to start with a little bit extra. They said, my guess is they said you want to add an inch on both sides. So a 19-inch plate. And so the KBO added 2 centimeters. An inch is it 2.5 centimeters, 2.54, 2.56 centimeters is an inch. So they added 2 centimeters. So the plate in the KBO is actually 2 extra centimeters on both sides of the plates. So it is a little bit bigger than the plates. The AAA did that for a couple years. Just last year, they changed it to go back to just the 17-inch plates. So Kim Sung-gi out on the mound, 3.38 ERA, 4 games, 5.1 innings, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a 1.5 whip. I'll get all of this stuff changed for you guys as quickly as I can. He will be the long reliever. I imagine he'll try to go at least through the end of until the break. All right, so we've got runners on first and second. Park Se-hyuk over on second base. Park Min-woo over on first. Kim Ju-won will step in, and Kim Ju-won is the guy that hit the 2-run shots just last inning. The shortstop that crushed that first pitch he saw into the outfield, pass right into, like, there's at Kiwoom At Gochuck, there's like a walkway around the outside where you can actually sit. It's pretty cool seats, actually. As he swings at the first pitch there, lifts that one. The center fielder is under it and makes the catch. Pak Se-hyuk is going to tag, and the throw is not very good, and that's will move the runner over. So they've got now runners at the corners with 2 outs. Catcher tagging up. Oh, they both of them advanced there. Pak Minu also moved up to second base. So runners at second and third for Sonos up. And that's in there for a strike. 0-1. Oh, 2 runners in scoring position. He already has a triple and an RBI in his, just a triple and a run scored in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout in the first. And that's in there for a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up on the outside. And it's a little too far outside, and it's 1-2. So final line for Kim Yuna, 3.1 innings, 78 pitches, 49 for strikes, 7 hits, 1 homer, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 3 runs, all earned, but he is responsible for the 2 runners on base right now. And that is slapped foul, and it stays 1-2. So he could give up 5 runs. He could give up 3 runs. He could give up 4 runs. He could not give up 6. Sonos up 452 on the season, leading the league in batting average. And way outside at 2-2. Kim Gunny back behind the plate, getting plenty of exercise, jumping everywhere for these pitches that are really wild. And the 2-2 pitch. And fouls that one away. Is he going to get out of play? It is. And we'll have another one. All right, the 2-2 pitch way outside, and another full count. You gotta love your number 3 hitter getting up for the 3rd time in the 4th inning. Says that you are sending a ton of guys up to the plate. You would hope to be winning at this point, but no. And the 3-2 pitch, and that's going to be a single into right field. 1 run is going to score. And 2 runs are going to score. And the RBI, 2 RBI single makes it 5-3. We just never, ever gonna see this game get over. Never, ever. And Davison will step in now. Davison, not a good day so far. He had a chance to get an RBI in his last at bats, but popped up to the shortstop on the first pitch he saw. So Kim Yuna will get charged with those 2 runs, and that one just catches the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Davison, 344 on the season. 0 for 2 on the day with a backwards K and a pop fly to the shortstop with a runner on third, and that is crushed. Foul. Just out in front of that. The left fielder didn't even move. Puig was like, nope. If that's fair, I ain't catching it. All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch, swinging the bat around, and sets up outside. He waits on it and fouls that one out of play, and it stays 0-2. He is very active before he swings. He's constantly swinging the bat around. And they're going to go upstairs, and he pops it up. Third baseman over in foul territory, under it, and makes the catch. And that'll be it for NC. But they add another 2 on the 2 RBI single by Sona Sup. I'm going to take a quick little break, and I'll be back in about a minute for the bottom of the fourth. sorry. Yeah, it is. Thank you, Tony. I'm sitting here. I'm talking to myself. I said the greatest thing ever on about baseball, the greatest knowledge I just dropped, but nobody was able to hear it because I'm an idiot. But anyway, back in the second inning, 6-3 ground out to start the second inning, and then a walk 3-run shot by this man right here, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Uh, so starting here, the fourth inning, strikeouts to get one out, and then he gives up a single. He's only given up 2 hits all day so far, but he's given up 3 runs because he's walked 3 batters. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch, sets up right down the middle, and that is low, and it's 3-1. I need to put something up on my screen somewhere. This reminds me to make sure to turn my audio back on after I hit the button, and check over it first, and easily in there. The 3-1 pitch to Pak Ju Hong. He has proved that he could deposit baseballs into the stands. And here comes the 3. Nope. Steps off the back of the mound, cleans his cleats a little bit. Runner over at first is Im Byung-wook, and looks at strike 1 at the bottom of that, or strike 2, and we've got ourselves a full count. Third full count of the day for Riley and for Kiwoom batters. The other ones have been a walk and a strikeout. Oh. And Riley just trying to get through 5 innings at this point. 75th pitch of the game coming up. And that's outside. Ball 4. And just like that. Oh, wrong button. That's going to bring up Kim Tae-jin, the number 8 hitter. 75 pitches now for Riley, and he is, again, struggling. That's his 4th walk of the day. He gave up 6 walks in his last game in 5.1 innings. He ended up needing 108 pitches. Is that right? Yeah, 108 pitches. As Kim Tae-jin helps him out by fouling off a pitch that was on the bottom of the plate, and that will be 0-1. So Kim Tae-jin walked in his first at bat, hitting .267 on the season for the Kiwoom shortstop. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Im Byung-wook over at second base, and he sticks the bat out. So that's going to be Davison. Grabs it, throws to the shortstop. Shortstop comes back, but not in time. That'll put runners on the corner on the 1-6 fielder's choice. Turned it fast, but Kim Tae-jin just a little bit too fast. All right, Jun Tae-hyun steps in. He struck out in his first at-bats. 2 outs here as Riley is trying to get through this inning without giving the lead back up. Again, Kiwoom 3 runs in the second inning, and then NC has scored 5 unanswered so far, and that is low, and it's 1-0. So Riley, 108 pitches in his last game, 97 in his first game. So 100 pitches should be expected out of him. He's sitting at 78 right now. His best inning so far was 12 pitches in his last inning. He's thrown 17 so far in this inning. And the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. I feel like Kiwoom is just letting him throw. They're not rushing a lot of swings on it. Knowing that he has struggled with his command a bit so far in the KBO. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Oh, that's way low, and that gets away, and that is going to score 1 run. And they will move both up a base as Kiwoom tacks on 1 on the wild pitch. And it's now 5-4. Just gets underneath Paksayuk's glove and scoots away, easily able to make it home. And we've got ourselves a 5-4 game right now with a 2-1 count here in the bottom of the 4th. Jun Tae-hyun, the third baseman, struck out in his first at-bats. It hit him 400 on the season so far, and he fouls that one away and makes it 2-2. Righty. And Riley steps back off the back of the plates, or the pitcher's plates, pitcher's mound. I swear I know baseball terminology. All right, the 2-2 pitch outside, and another full count. Second full count of the day. He has been really struggling with these bottom of the lineup guys. Number 7 hitter Park Ju-hong, a 3-run shot and a walk. Then Kim Tae-jin, a walk on a full count. So this is the second full count for Kim Tae-hyun, and he fouls that one out of play, and it'll stay 3-2. So Riley's had 4 full counts today. All of them have been from the 7, 8, 9 hitters, as these guys are just taking pitches, making them throw strikes. Only 1 strikeout, and that's Kim Tae-jin last inning. Or sorry, the second inning here. And the 3-2 pitch fouls it away again. Sitting now at 23 pitches. Puig on deck. Puig would love to get a chance to make up for his mistakes so far this game, as he's 0 for 2. And here comes the 3-2 pitch once again, and he catches him looking, freezes him for another strikeout, the 5th strikeout of the day for Riley, but he gives up another run, and we'll go to the 5th inning. It's 5-4 NC. Oh, yep, they did get their second hit. 2 hits, 4 runs. Ladies and gentlemen, my math ain't mathin'. Elsewhere around the league, 2 games canceled. Kia, no problem. Thank you for stopping by. I'll be back tomorrow, so don't worry. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's a 2:00 game for the Hanwha Samsung game, so I'll see you tomorrow. But elsewhere around the league, Hanwha came back to win 7-6. They still have not beaten a starting pitcher. Once again, a lefty on the mound, and Hanwha was able to get 1 hit. 1 unearned run is all they could score. But they were able to get to that Samsung bullpen. Again, their 2 wins against Kia were both against the bullpen, and now their 1 win against Samsung is against the bullpen, and their 1 win against KT was also against the bullpen. So all their wins are coming against bullpens. But other game, Doosan is down 0-2 to Lotte. Lotte's got a runner on first base in the bottom of the 5th there. As Yukong Nam is up to bat. The other 2 games, Kia versus LG and KT versus SSG, were both rained out. All right, here we go. No, Pakanu steps in. Thank you, whoever's doing that. As that is low, and it's 1-0. So Kim Sung Gi still out there. 13 pitches in the when he took over for Kim Yuna back in the fourth inning. And that catches the outside corner, 1-1. So Pakanu, a RBI double in his second at bat. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a 4-3 ground out in his other. And the 1-2 pitch, that's going to be a ground ball. The shortstop, a backhand, gets to his legs, and the throw is not in time, as that should go down as an infield single. As a great stop over there in the hole from Kim Tae-jin as he ranged over to his right, threw the glove up, backhanded it, got back up to his feet right in front of the grass, but the throw was really wide, sailing like a two-seamer, and brought Cheju-won way off of the bag. That should easily go down as a hit. I would even call it a hit. That's how much I think it was a hit. LG should be in first. Yeah, LG has 1 loss on the season. SSG has 3 losses on the season, but SSG's only played 9 games as he hits him. And that is now going to put runners on second and third, or first and second. Soho Cho. Yeah, LG has 1 loss on the season, and that was to Samsung earlier this week. They are 9-1 on the season. Right, Soho Chol steps in. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He singled in his first at bats, then also struck out in his last at bats. We've got something going on. I don't know what it is. Third baseman in on the grass, or the turf, I should say. They are in a dome. It is not beautiful, beautiful grass. We're going to have a bunt, ladies and gentlemen. The Sao Cho drops down the bunts in front of the catcher, who grabs it, throws over to first base, and that will move the runners up on the 2-4 putouts. Let's see. That moves him there, him there. And Pak Se-hyuk will step in now. Pak Se-hyuk 0 for 1 on the day, 0 for the season. As they get the bunt down, they move the runners up. 2 runners in scoring position now, but now they have the 8 and 9 hitters coming up. Here comes the first pitch, and that's a ball way outside. 1-0. Pak Se-hyuk walked in his last at bat on a full count and came around to score on the Sona Supa 2 RBI single. He is the go-ahead run at the time. And the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. And Pak Se-hyuk says he needs some spray, some grippy pine tar in a can. Something, I don't know. Yep. So runner on second and third with just 1 out for Pak Se-hyuk, who has a chance to get some runs in. And looks at the ball too low, and it's 2-1. Paksay Huck had a chance earlier this game. Back in the second inning, he had runners on first and second with nobody out and struck out. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. Pops that one out of play. And 2-2. Anything except a strikeout. Again, you have a left-hander up, so he's a left-handed hitting catcher, right-handed throwing catcher, obviously. So you do have a lefty, so any ball that can be hit to first base should move 20 dong up, as that is in there for a strike, and he stares at it. A huge strikeout there, as he is now himself left 4 runners on base. And he continues to be 0 for the season. 0 for the season. A huge strikeout there for Kim Sung-gi. And that's going to leave the first pitch in there for a ball that drops down inside below the zone. Han Jae-won, 1 for 2 on the day. A single in his first at-bats, came around to score, and a pop-up to the third baseman at the pitcher's mound in his last at-bat, just last inning, and he looks at ball 2 there as it's low, and it's 2-0. All right, the 2-0 pitch sets up on the outside, and a swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. And that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman comes running in, throws across his body in time, and he gets out of it. A single and a hit by pitch, but they go 0 for 3 after it, including that stupid bunt. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will take us to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-4 NC. Gotta love a good, well-placed bunt to bring up the 7, 8, 9 hitters to not get anybody across. Lovely, lovely stuff, ladies and gentlemen. They've left 7 runners on base now. 7 runners on base. Yeah, down 5-4. They've only had 2 hits, but they've left 3 runners on base. So, who's coming up? Puig should be leading off this inning here. Yeah, I just don't understand the KBO's obsession with the bunts. They just these guys that are coming up, they strike out way too much. The bottom of the lineups aren't 250, 250, 270, 280 contact guys. They're 240, 250 strikeout guys. And the bunts just doesn't work in the MLB. It doesn't work in today's game in the KBO either. There's only a few guys at the bottom of these orders that you can really rely on, honestly. All right, Puig steps in 0 for 2, looks at strike 1 as it drops in there at the top of the zone. Riley, 86 pitches through, or 85 pitches through 4 innings. Yeah, and that's going to be popped up. Another pop up for Puig. And the shortstop under it and one away. He seems very subdued his second round out in the KBO. That's going to bring up Song Sung Moon 0 for 2 on the day, where they fly out to center and a pop fly to the second baseman, and that misses upstairs. Looks like Riley's really going with his curveball a lot today, trying to get the drop into the zone, as he has no command of his fastball or his slider. His fastball just catches the outside corner, and it's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch catches the inside, and it's 1-2. As Son Sung Moon jumped out of the way thinking it was gonna hit him, but it just caught the inside corner. Can't complain. Is all right. The 1-2 pitch says throw it in the dirt. He does, and Son Sung Moon throws the bat down and fouls it away, and it'll stay 1-2. Brought his 9-iron for that pitch. Might have even been a old gap wedge. All right, the 1-2 outside and fouls that one away. And 92 pitches now for Riley. He needs a quick 1-2-3 inning. Again, 97 pitches in the first game, 108 in the second. 100 is about what the foreign arms are expected every single outing. You have to think, will he go back out for the 6? As that is out low, and that's going to make it 2-2. So again, in the KBO, the break is not in between the top of the 7th and bottom of the 7th. It is after the 5th inning. So a lot of pitchers only go 5 innings, as that's going to be grounded foul, and we'll have another 2-2 pitch. I believe Kiwoom is the only one that has ball girls. The 2-2 is fouled away, and another 2-2 pitch coming up. I think there might be a couple others, but the Kiwoom ball girls are very, very famous. I feel like they are like not cheerleaders, but pretty close to cheerleaders. As the 2-2, he fouls that into his foot, and we'll have another one, ladies and gentlemen, because why not? Pitch number 10 of this at bat coming up. I think number maybe not. Nope. Pitch number 10 coming up. The 2-2 pitch upstairs, and that runs the count full. A dangerous man is on deck in Cardenas. 3-2 counts once again. And it misses, and that's going to walk him as once again he runs into issues with his command. And Cardenas will step in with a chance to tie or take the lead here. 1 out, runner on first is Son Sung Moon, and they will go to the mound to have a little visit. I believe we'll have ourselves a pitching change. 98 pitches for Riley. Yep, he's grabbing the ball, and so that'll be it for Riley, as he is not able to get through 5 innings, struggling so much so far in this season. Just not, I don't know how to, just not good. His command is just not there. I don't know, I don't know why, obviously. But final line, well, not final line on him, current line on him 4.1 innings, 98 pitches, 58 strikes. Gave up only 2 hits. Only gave up 2 hits. One of them was a 3-run shot after 2 walks. Then, but that walk to Song Sung Moon was his 5th walk of the day. 5 strikeouts, 4 runs, all of them earned. Again, he is responsible for Song Sung Moon over at first base, so he could get the win, or sorry, he won't get the win, and he can't take the loss. So he's going to be a no decision no matter what happens in the game. It's just whether or not he gets 4 runs charged to him or 5 runs charged to him is the only thing left up for debates in today's game for the final remaining starting pitch here. So between the two of them, they went 7.2 innings. And Kim Min-gyu will come out onto the mound. So Kim Min-gyu, 11.57 ERA, 3 games, 1 hold, a 2.1 innings, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and a 2.14 whip. As I will get this stuff changed. Have to think again. I didn't think he was going to be good whenever I did my preseason prediction stuff. I thought he had too many problems with control when he was in the majors and or not majors, but when he was in Double A and Triple A, which is usually the stats I look at. And so far, it's been about the same as my prediction. So here comes Cardenas. He's 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in his last at bat, a 6-3 ground out in his first at bat. In Kiwoom, only 2 hits, but they've had base runners a lot. And swing and a miss at a pitch that wasn't anywhere near the strike zone, and it's 0-1. Side armor coming in, give him a different look from Riley. So Kim Hyun-jun also takes over behind the plates as Park Se-hyuk comes out after a rough day. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that is ripped foul, and it's 0-2. So I will change that also as Kim Hyun-jun, the young catcher, moves behind the plates. Kim Hyun-jun. All right, the 0-2 pitch, not 1-2 pitch. And low, and it's 1-2. I should have just left it up there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Right, 1-2 pitch to Cardenas. And did he go around? I think he did. He did not. Woo. My eyes are deceiving me. We'll check the replay here. I don't know what. No, he didn't go. They do an overhead shot. The check is to replay the video of him in his check swing as he calls time. All right, the 2-2 pitch, runner on first, Cardenas. That's going to be way outside, and that's going to run the count full. He comes in, faces one batter, and it's already a full count. We'll see as do they put Song Sung Moon in motion here with a 3-2 count. Kim Hyun-jun back behind the plates. So just took over. This is the first batter he has been behind the plate with. And that's not going to matter because it's ball 4. And once again, they've got base runners without hits. sixth walk of the day for Kiwoom. That's going to bring up a Chejuan. Chejuan 0 for the day. And, well, let's have another pitcher. So I imagine they're going to bring in a lefty here. Kim Min-gyu came in to face the righty, and he didn't do his job. So we'll have another pitching change because one is never enough. The amount of pitching changes because guys cannot throw strikes. Everybody's worried about how fast they throw. How fast does he throw? Oh, he throws 145. Oh, he throws 150. But they forgot that you got to throw strikes. So Chae-Sung Young, is that right? Chae-Sung Young will come in. Six pitches for that pitcher, and that was enough as we'll have our new pitcher taken over. Again, both of these bullpens are very, very bad. Runners on first and second, still only one out for Chejuan. As the lefty comes in, he'll face Chejuan, who's a lefty, but then behind him is Kim Gun-hee, who was a righty. But Chae-Sung Young, ERA of 27, a 1 game, a 1 loss, 1.2 innings, 2 walks, a 4.2 whip. Yeah. Those aren't good numbers, guys. ERA of 27, a whip of 4.2. No strikeouts, 2 walks. Slider and a forkball is what they said he throws. I really wish these broadcasts would put what these pitchers throw up on the thing. They only do it for the starting pitchers. They don't ever put anything up for the relief pitchers. And I don't since I have a full-time job, I don't have time to go and find all of the stats that I would want to talk about in a game, including what the relievers throw. So I have to kind of go with whatever's on the screen in the Korean screens here. So Chejuan will see the first pitch. He's 0 for 2 on the day, and the first pitch is low, and that's going to be ball 1. 123 on the radar as Chejuan in over 2, a 6-3 ground out in his first at bat, and a fly out to left in his second. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Outside 2-0. Just missing on both of those pitches. Reminder, Kiwoom only has 2 hits on the day. The 2-0 pitch sets up on the outside. And that misses inside, and it's 3-0. He has to be taken the whole way here. Again, the NC coach rocking the big giant sunglasses. Very important when you're playing in a dome. All right, to the 3-0 pitch. We'll see if he's even going to attempt to swing. He doesn't need to because that was so high that it wasn't going to be swung at no matter what. And just like that, they have walked the bases loaded on 3 straight batters. Oh, just 1 out now for Kim Gun-hee, who struck out looking in his last at-bats, a walk in his first at-bats. They now have walked 7 times. The bases are loaded. They had 1 grand slam yesterday, and here comes the first pitch. And he swings and fouls it away, and it's 0-1. It was a strike, though. Walk and a run scored in his first at bats. Again, a struckouts looking to start the fourth inning, last inning. So struck out looking to lead off the fourth inning, and now he's up once again here in the fifth. And he fouls that one up. Nope, right fielder Sonos up, gonna grab it, and that'll score a run as the game will now be tied. As once again, Kiwoom is able to manufacture a run without a hit. We'll see who tags up, as it does look like Cardenas does go over to the third base. Chejuan stays over at first, and that'll bring up Im Byung-uk, but we'll have a pinch hitter here. It's like Kim Gong-sung. Is that right? No, that can't be right. That sounds really weird. All right, Im Byung-uk, not going to be batting here. Hong Jin Sung will take over in the batter's box with runners on the corner and 2 outs. Looks at the first pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Imagine pinch hit a righty here against the lefty. And here comes the 0-1 pitch, hitting a 500 on the season, and that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. All right, the 0-2 pitch to Kang Jin Song, the pinch hitter. Pitch number 9 for Chae Sung Young. And a swing, and that's going to be a ground ball. Kim Ju-won tosses to second base, and that'll end the inning. But they get another one on a bunch of walks and a sacrifice. And we will go to the stretch. I'll be back in just a few moments. Take a break, refill your beverages, grab a snack, whatever you need to do. I'll see you in a few. All right, so it looks like we've got a new guy out on the mound. So Kim Sung Min out on the mound. 2 games, ERA of 0, 1.2 innings, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Park Min-woo leads things off for his. And that's in there for a strike. I'll get that changed as soon as I can. And they don't announce anything until I see it on the screen, so it takes me a little bit. And they do have some defensive changes too. And that's just catches the inside. He is not happy about it once again. So other changes is Lee Hyung-jung in right field now. And the 0-2 pitch. And the dirts. 1 and 2. All right. So what else we got here? Kang Jin Sung is not out there as the number 6 hitter. It is now Lee Hyung-jung. That will be a hit by pitch. I didn't even see it because I'm trying to change everything. Right in the rib cage, back of the back of the old tricep. So Lee Jong-hyun, Lee Hyung-jung. And then he will go to right, which means Park Ju-hong will move into center field. And that's way outside again, and it's 1-0. So runner on first is Park Min-woo. I think I've got everything changed and situated. All right, there we go. So Kim Ju-won 1 for 3 on the day. A 2-run shot back in the third. And again, he moves over to the right-hand side now to face against the lefty here. All right, there we go. All right, the 1-0 pitch to Kim Ju-won, and that misses outside, and it's 2-0. Top of the 6th here. Bullpens, bullpens, bullpens. This is Kiwoom's 3rd pitcher, as NC has already gone through 3 pitchers also. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. Have to be taken the whole time here. All right, here comes the 3-0. Is he going to be taken the whole time? And yep, that'll be ball 4. And they've got the first 2 runners on base. A hit by pitch and a walk. And now here comes another pitcher. Nope, maybe. Pitching coach is going to come out and have a conversation. Nope, he's going to grab the ball, and that'll be it for him. Lee Sung-ho out on the mound and says, give me the pitch com. It's the only one that we got that works. So we'll have a pitching change. We haven't had an out yet, but we'll have a pitching change, ladies and gentlemen, as Kiwoom is unable to get any outs. They didn't even give up any hits, and they've already have 2 base runners. "13 walks so far in this game." Nope, 12 walks in this game. 13 walks. So let's see. Won Jung Hyun, the senior statesman of the team, will make his way in. He is former Kiwoom or former NC Dino. Won Jung Young, ERA of 12 on the season, 4 games, 1 hold, 3 innings, 1 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a 1.67 whip. No, he's yeah, the relievers are awful. ERA for NC is 8. That's last. They've given up the most home runs. Kiwoom has given up the second most home runs. Their whip is 9th and 10th. Wild pitches is 1st and 3rd. Again, ERA's 10th and 8th. The bullpens are not good. They weren't good last year. They're not good this year. Again, they're 2 teams that don't have a lot of money. Again, this isn't like the MLB where teams are owned by individuals, except for Kiwoom. Kiwoom is owned by an individual. The other ones, Kiwoom does not own the team. Kiwoom is just has the naming rights. So Sona Sup steps in, and he's got a triple and a 2 RBI single. And he drops down the bunt that was a pitch just off the bottom of the plate. And I don't know what he was doing. All right, to the 0-1 pitch. Again, you got a runner on first and second, so they want to bunt despite having Davison on deck. Sona Sup hitting 2 for 3 today, leading the league in average. So, of course, you want to bunt him. And he fouls that one off. And just like that, he's now has to swing because these managers have never, ever looked at a statistic in their entire life. You have the guy that's leading the league in batting average, bunting with a runner on first and second in the 6th inning. The 6th inning. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that's going to be in the dirts, but doesn't quite get away far enough. And it's 1-2. I just don't get it. Like you got, again, one of the worst teams in the league bringing in their bullpen, and what you decide to do is give up an out. All right, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside. And a swing and a miss there. Again, you making him swing with 2 out or 2 strikes, and he's a good hitter. I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get what the reasoning behind this is. Like, let the man swing the bats. That's what you pay him for. That's why he's in the 3 spot. That's why he's hitting 460 on the season. All right, Davison. And again, even if he's a left-hander, so grounding out, you're still going to have a runner over at third base. I just don't get it. As a time is called, and that's a pitch right down the middle. And looks like he's got himself a pitch clock violation. And that will be a ball 1. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now. 148 on the gun. Guy looks like he would change your oil and then strike you out. All right, here comes the 1-1. And runs inside, 2-1. The game is moving along at a snail's pace because of all the walks and the pitching changes. All right, the 2-1 pitch. Davison, swing and a miss. He is just looked fooled. He is off today. Is strikeout looking, a pop fly to the second or the shortstop, and a foul pop up to the third baseman, as he has had plenty of chances to score some runs. And here comes the 2-2 pitch, sets up on the outside. He goes out and gets it, and that's going to drop down right in front of the right fielder. And Pak Minu is going to come around, and that will be an RBI single as NC takes the lead on the Davison single. Again, I just don't get the previous at bats. Again, the bunts, you gave up an out. You could right now instead you could have maybe it's 7-5, anything, it doesn't really matter. But it's just not smart baseball. Oh, Kim Ju-won now will be over on third base. Davison at first. Pak Ganu will step in. Pak Ganu 2 for 3 on the day. It just doesn't make any sense. As we have a mound visit here. Like I said earlier, the pitching coaches better have their Dr. Scholl's inserts in their shoes, because they're going to be going back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth all game long. And that'll be it for Davison. Have a pinch runner here is Dote Hoon will take over, and he should stay in there to play first base. Davison finally comes through with the hits. Dote Hoon takes over. Pak Ganu again 2 for 3 on the day, and that is low. Ball 1. .323 on the season for the center fielder. Again, one of the guys that was hurt last year. Only played about 80 games, about a little over half the season. And the 2-3, and that is lifted into the center field. The center fielder will grab it, but that will score another run as the sacrifice fly will make it 7. To 1 or to 5. Oh my lord. This game is just dragging. So Dotaeun Won Jong-hyun. Now, did he move to seconds? Nope, he stayed over at first. All right, Guan Dong, and he goes to second on the steal. The ball goes into center field, but he is not going to make it to second, as he was just a little slow getting up. As that is a strike. The throw down, just under the glove of Song Sung Moon. Probably it was under the glove. It just didn't bounce up as much as Song Sung Moon was expecting. I don't know if they'll give him a stolen base or an error on that. I'll have to wait. And the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. So Guanidong, 1 for 1 on the day, a single in his first at bat, a walk, and then a hit by pitch. He's been on base all 3 times today. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Runner on second base, not first, second base. There we go. As that gets away from the catcher. And that's will put runner on the corner. And like watching a little league game. I know, man. This game is just taking forever. All right, to the 1-2, and that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Picks it up, throws over, and that will end the inning, but not before they get 2 more on one single. One single scores 2 runs. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 7-5 NC. Yeah, this man is just dragging. Like elsewhere around the league, again, it's just funny looking at this score. Uh, NC's winning 7-5, but Kiwoom only has 2 hits. Elsewhere around the league, again, Lotte is up 6-0 now on Doosan. Bottom of the 7th there as they are moving way quicker than this game is. And you got another hour at least in this game as the bullpens are not going to be getting a lot done. If I got that right. I think I got that right. All right, so we should be bottom of the 6th here. Leading things off is going to be Pak Ju Hong, the number 7 hitter there. Do Tae-hoon does stay over at first base for Davison. All right. Pak Ju Hong, center fielder now. Again, he was in right field earlier. He is the one that has the 3-run shot to put Kiwoom up. Oh, walked in his last at bat, but was stranded on the base pass. Actually, no, I think he was actually thrown out. And that's in there for a strike. So Chae Sung Young still out there for NC to face the lefties here. As here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that misses upstairs 1-1. Order my 2026 glasses now, and we can finish this game. I'll wear them for you guys. All right, the 1-1 outside, 2-1. Twelve walks, 12 hits, 12 runs. All right, the 2-1 pitch. Fouls it away, 2-2. Two almost hits him, and that's 3-2. Gotta love it. We're gonna start this inning with another full count. All right, the 3-2 pitch. Swings and tips it into the glove on ball 4. And we've got out number one. Almost hit him. He had to step into the barrel to step into the bucket to swing at that, and it tips it into the glove of Kim Hyung Jun. Able to hold on to it barely. And here we go. That's going to bring up Kim Tae-jin, 0 for 1 on the day. Walked in his first at-bats, and then a 1-6 ground out in his second at-bats. Lifts that one going to the warning track is Kwon Dong, and that will be quickly 2 away. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. They've heard our voices, and they're gonna start swinging a little faster. All right, Jun Tae-hyun steps in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. A strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging. Both of them on full counts. All right, here comes the first pitch, and that's going to be low. Ball 1. Again, Kiwoom has now seen 7 full counts. 5 of them have from the 7, 8, 9 hitters. And the 1-0 pitch fouled it back, and it's 1-1 on ball 2. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Low, 2-1. Just missed the bottom of the zone there. 19 pitches now for Chae Sung Young, who will be in line to get the win, I believe. All right, the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-2. He's trying to get his 3rd full count of the day. A little hat trick on the full counts. Choo says throw it in the dirt. He does not. He grounds it to Do Tae-hoon over at first, who runs over, takes it himself. And 1, 2, 3 goes Kiwoom. We'll go to the 7th inning. It's 7-5 NC. Nice quick inning there. Nice quick inning there. 3rd time Kiwoom's gone 1, 2, 3. NZ will also have their 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up here in the top of the 7th. Big difference in this game is obviously hits. Kiwoom's base runners are all coming on walks versus NC's are coming on hits. So NC is 5, 6, 4, 5, 10, 6 for 22. All right, Park Yoon Sung on the mound, 4.50 ERA, 4 games, 1 loss, 1 save, 1 hold, 4.0 innings, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a partridge in a pear tree. Park Yoon Sung out on the mound. Yoon Sung out on the mound. All right, there we go. We got that changed. So Soho Cho will lead things off. He's 1 for 2 on the day. A single in his first at bat, a strikeout, and a sacrifice bunt that did 0 things. First pitch is way upstairs. Ball one. 1-0. Yeah. 1-0, and that's going to be lifted up into no man's land as center fielder finally gets under it, and that's one away. You get himself a new baseball. He's got very shiny cleats. They're really, really shiny. Rocking the Asics. All right, Kim Hyung Jun steps in. This will be his first at bat of the day, hitting 240 on the season. And that is a ball one in the dirt. 1-0. Umpire's like, man, come on, guys, throw some strikes. I want to get out of here. We got dinner reservations at 8. All right, the 1-0 pitch. And pops him up as he shakes his head. And foul, 1-1. So while we're slowly drifting through this game, just a reminder tomorrow's game is at 2 o'clock Korean Standard Time. So 3 hours before this game started. And then the 1-1 pitch pops him up. That's going to be second baseman out into center field and 2 away. Is it possible, ladies and gentlemen? Is it possible? Han Jae-won steps in. And fouls that one away. NC has only gone 1-2-3 one time in this game, and that was in the first inning. Han Jae-won 308 on the season, 1 for 3 on the day. A single in his first at bat. A pop up to the first baseman, and a looks at strike one there. And also a 5-3 ground outs in his last at bat. All right, the 0-2 pitch. And pops it foul, and it stays 0-2. All right, 0-2 pitch. Sets up right down the middle, and that's going to be a foul just on the outside of the bag. We'll have another 0-2 count. Good to see an 0-2 pitch not thrown in the other batter's box, ladies and gentlemen. There's a first time for everything. But it's still an 0-2 pitch. Got some stars on his glove there. And almost hits him in the head as that is going to be 1-2 now. That's way away from him. He spun his head out of the way just at the right moment. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Comes inside at 2-2. All right, here we go. The 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside, misses badly, and we've got ourselves a full count because what would an inning be without one, ladies and gentlemen? 3-2 here. 2 outs in the top of the seventh, not the sixth, the seventh. Sorry about that. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Sets up once again right down the middle. A swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. And ladies and gentlemen, another 1-2-3 inning. And I will be back in just a sec. I've got to get some more water, so I'll see you in about a minute. I think there we go. So Kim Jae-yeol out on the mound, 15 ERA. So Puig will be leading things off. I'll get that changed on your screen in just a sec. All right. And the first pitch to Puig is upstairs, and it's 0-1. Fourth at bat for Puig, 0 for 3 with a strikeout in his first at bat, a 1-3 ground out in his second at bat, and then a pop fly to the shortstop in his third at bat. And there is ball number 2. Who did I say was pitching? Kim Jae-yeol. That is ball 3 in the dirt. All right, 3-0 pitch now to Puig. All right, is he going to pipe one down the middle for him? We'll find out. And here comes the 3-0 pitch. That's ball 4. 4 pitches, 4 balls, 1 base runner. Puig on base for the first time today. As the bullpens are doing bullpen things, guys. Hope nobody thought this game was about over. It's just beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Just beginning. We going old school, not getting out the oven mitts, just getting a different pair of batting gloves for some sliding. And Sung Moon steps in. He's 0 for 2 on the day and looks at strike 1, and it's 0-1. So Sung Moon, 0 for 2, flew out to center field in his first at bat, popped up to the second baseman in his second at bat, and then walked in his last at bats. Came around to score. And in the 0-1 pitch, that's outside, 1-1. Looking for his first hit of the day. Could easily tie it up with one swing, but not on that because that's low on ball two. Can we just get some strikes, guys? Is that too much to ask for? Just some strikes? All right, the 2-1, and that's going to be lined into a center field, and he's going to range over and grab it. One away now. He hit it hard, but just to the left of Pakanu, and one away. That's going to bring up Cardenas, who is also hitless for the day. And you got the top four hitters for, actually, the top five hitters for Kiwoom are all hitless. They've all been on base with a walk, but the only one that hasn't been on base is the number 9 hitter, Jun Tae-hyun. As Cardenas' first pitch is going to be a ground ball. Kim Ju-won, a diving stop, but drops it on the transfer. And that's going to put runners on first and second with just one out as he's going to get himself an infield single. And the third hit of the day for the Kiwoom Heroes, ladies and gentlemen. The third hit of the day. Kim Ju-won tried to rush it, but he didn't. Again, this goes back to all those things of knowing who's on what base. Puig is not a fast guy. He had time to gather and throw, and that'll be it for Kim Jae-yo, as we'll have another pitching change because it's the KBO. Non-stop pitching changes, ladies. Stop. Let's see. So Jun Sa-min will come in now. That's the first time I've ever heard that name. Jun Sa-min. All right. I don't really know Korean names very well, but just know ones that I hear quite often. So he will come in to face Cheju-won on the season. 10.80 ERA, 4 games, 1 loss, 2 holds, 3.1 innings, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a 1.2 whip. So very interesting here to bring in a new pitcher. All right, so maybe we'll have a pitch. Checking his pitch com here. All right, Cheju-won. Nope. That's time called. So let me fix my bases here. Runners on first and second. Cheju-won looks at strike one on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Cheju-won 0 for 2 on the day. Did have a walk in his last at bats, a 6-3 ground out, and a fly out to left in his other 2 at bats. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. In the dirt's blocked, as Puig is not going to be able to go, and that will make it 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Maybe. There we go, and it's way up high, 2-1. 151 on the gun. They're advertising it's like it's the greatest thing in the world, except it was a ball. They throw up a red numbers when he throws 150 or faster. And the 2-1 pitch. It's going to be a chopper. Pitcher is going to have to grab it. Underhands it to the first baseman, and that will be 2 away. That'll move the runners up. Oop, no, not that one. That's the one I want. So that'll bring up the catcher, Kim Gun-hee, to try to get Kiwoom into this lead. Again, they only have 3 hits on the day. They are just not getting it done. They've had plenty of base runners, absolutely plenty of base runners. They've actually had more base runners than NC has had today. But they find themselves down 2 because they only have 3 hits. They've been relying strictly on the walk. So Kim Gun-hee 0 for 1 on the day and looks at strike 1 right down the middle. And it's 0-1. So Kim Gun-hee, a walk, a strikeout looking, and a sacrifice fly to right field back in the 5th. That's, I believe, tied it up at the time. And here comes the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Maybe he just likes watching the pitch down the middle. I don't know. Maybe since he's a catcher, he just wants to watch it go down the middle. I don't know. All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch, runner on second and third, and a swing and a miss, and they leave 2 more on the bases. That's 7 on the bases so far. We'll go to the 8th inning as Kiwoom just can't come up with a hit. Again, so many opportunities, but when you only have 3 hits on the day, and then again, this is against the team that has the worst bullpen in the league in terms of ERA and just about every other metric. And they were also awful last year. So, yeah, they've left 7 on base. So they are now 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. And now 2 for 10 on the day with runners on base. Just absolutely not getting it done. NC will also have the top of the lineup coming up, and yeah, the top of the 8th. We'll see who comes in. Park Yoon Sung is done, and Oh Sung Ju will take to the mound. Oh Sung Ju out on the mound now. And they just keep replaying the previous inning as he struck him out on 3 pitches. Again, Kiwoom is the youngest team in the league, and it's not particularly close. They basically pick up all the players that other teams throw away. So Oh Sung-ju, 208 on the season, or 208 ERA, 4 games, 4.1 innings, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 1.15 WHIP. Seems like one of their best guys in the bullpens as he'll face the 1, 2, 3 hitters, and that is a beautiful curveball dropping in for a strike. 0-1, 112 on the old gun. So Park Min-woo steps in. He's I That's wrong. 1 for 3 on the day. Hit by a pitch in his last at bats as that misses, and it's 1-1 now. So 4-3 ground out, a strikeout looking in his second at bat, a single, and then hit by a pitch in his last at bat. Came around to score the go ahead run, and he drops down a bunt. The pitcher gets off the mound, but he bunted it into his leg, and we'll have a 1-2 counts once he gets back to the batter's box. Right off of the top of his foot, his trail foots, maybe off of his toe. Nice one-legged hop down to first base. And he'll step back in. All right, let's try this again. All right, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside. And misses upstairs just barely, 2-2. All right, 2-2 sets up right down the middle. And he lifts that one into the gap. The center fielder is not going to be able to grab it. And just like that, NC has a base runner on once again as Pak Minu leads off the 8th inning here with a single to center field. Gonna bring up Kim Ju-won. Kim Ju-won, 1 for 3 on the day. All right, Kim Ju-won, a 2-run shot back in the 3rd inning, and first pitch is upstairs. Wrong side, 1-0. So, probably, yeah, I would say. I think they score 1 or 2 more runs, honestly. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And he was going, but fouls that away, and it's 1-1. And Kiwoom only has 3 hits on the day, so you can't expect them to score much. Hello, hello from Arkansas. You have a favorite team, Justin, or are you just checking out the lovely game of KBO baseball? And a beautiful curveball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. No problem, Armand. Don't get too excited though. Don't wreck. All right, the 1-2 pitch, and it throws over to first base again. You're gonna have to get me on Apple Car Audio or Apple CarPlay or something like that. I need to talk to my sponsors, which is me. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman grabs it, throws over, and a beautiful play by Song Sung Moon, who going towards second base, takes it himself, and then throws across his body. A nice stretch by Che Ju-won. And that will clear the bases as the first double play of the day. Ooh, did he come off the bag? No, they're not even going to replay it. As Sonos up steps in, the number 3 hitter. He triple and a single, 2 strikeouts to go with it. Again, he was forced to attempt to bunt in his last at bats, and then ran the 2 strikes and ended up striking out. And here comes the first pitch, and that's outside. 1-0. I thought there was another pitch, but apparently not. Must have been time or something called. All right, the 1-1 pitch. No, yeah, I thought I was right. The 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be a chopper, but rolls foul, and it stays 1-2 now. The other game finished. Yep, the other game finished up. Doosan at least avoided the shutouts and got themselves 1 run. All right, so this is the only game going on right now. So those of you joining, welcome. And then the 1-2 pitch sets up in the zone, and it's up over his head, and it's 2-2 now. Don't really need my starting pitching stuff because they were all out of the game by the 4th inning. All right, 2-2 pitch. Sonos up, resting the bat on his shoulder. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Says throw it in the dirt as he taps his glove on the ground. And he slaps it away on the ball 3. Stays 2-2. Right into the dugout. Took out a water bottle. And the 2-2, he gets it right back to the pitcher, jumps, throws, and that will be 3 away in the top of the 8th. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-5 NC, and the bullpens will make more appearances. We'll see what happens. Only 1 double play in this game. Looks like Lotte just won 6-1. Yugong Nam with a solo shot in the 4th to give them the lead that stuck around. Lotte doing Lotte things and moving up the lineup. 4-6-1 on the season now for Lotte. Sitting in 7th, exactly where I picked them to land. NC sitting in 8th, exactly where I picked them to land. KT sitting in 4th, exactly where I picked them to land. Last game going again. We're still just in the 8th inning here, bottom of the 8th. I have the number 6 hitter coming up for Kiwoom. It'll be his first time at bat. Lee Hyung Jong will get his first at bat of the day as he took over after Kang Jin Song took over for Im Byung Yuk. We'll see. Is Jun Sa-min still out on the mound? He is still out on the mound. 7 pitches for him. Lee Hyung Jong steps in. He's hitless on the season, hitting 0. So, do we have a change? We do. Park Shi-won is now in right field instead of Sonos up, and that runs way in. Almost hits him. Lee Hyung Jong 0 for 8 on the season. His first at bat of the day. Again, he took over on defense. Let's get this changed. So Sonos up is done for the day, and that's going to be a check swing and foul 1-1. Park Shi-won now in right field. And the 1-1 pitch, a beauty in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2. That is going to be lifted into the gap, and it's going to drop down, and they're going to have a leadoff single, his first at bat, and he is on base, ladies and gentlemen. So they have their fourth hit of the day. Can they string some hits together, or at least get walked all the way around the bases to tie this game? Is the question. All right, Kim Tae Jin. Nope. Pak Chu Hong steps in. He had the 3-run shots back in the second inning. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He walked in his other at bat and then struck out to start the 6th inning after the break. And that's outside 1-0. All right, 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 148 on the gun from Jun Sa Min. Down in the zone, a tough pitch. And right down the middle for strike 2, 1-2 now. Jun Sa Min trying to get into the 9th inning here. Pak Ju Hong is center fielder. Again, started in right field, moved over to center field after Lee Hyung Jong took over in right. And the 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and that's going to be 1 away. Kim Tae Jin will now step in. Ooh, that's rhyming. Yes. I love when things just naturally rhyme. Right. That does not look like. Is that Kim Tae Jin? Yep, Kim Tae Jin, and that's going to be a first pitch. Is going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And that erases the base runner that they finally got. I did too. But they got 4 hits on the day, and it's tough to win a game when you only get 4 hits. We'll go to the 9th inning. Kiwoom down to their last 3 outs as they once again go hitless. They are now 2 for 12 with runners on base. 2 for 12. Although NC is not doing, they're doing much better, I guess you could say. So we got the top of the 9th coming up. It'll be Do Tae Hoon, the number 4 hitter, getting his first at bat of the day. And he took over on the bases for Davison way back in the 6th inning. Yeah, I mean, again, the base runners have been pretty close. So NC has 11 hits and 5 walks. Kiwoom has 4 hits and 8 walks. So they've had 12 base runners. All right, so we should be ready for the top of the 9th. I assume we're going to have a new pitcher. I don't know if they'll Skipo Sung Jun in. And they will. All right. Dote Hoon stepping in and getting his first at bat of the day. Does have a stolen base already, though. And I believe a run scored as that is in there for a strike 0 and 1. Dote Hoon. So we'll have the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for NC. And the 0-1 pitch waits on the curveball, but fouls it into his leg, and that is going to be 0-2. Very similar to the Pak Min-woo, where he waited and fouled it into his foot also. All right, 0-2 pitch sets up on the outside. And that's going to be a ground ball. Son Sung Moon grabs and throws over to first and 1 away. And that brings up a Pakanu. Big day. A double, a single, a sacrifice fly, and a 4-3 ground out. 2 for 3 on the day for the NC center fielder. And the first pitch is popped up, and that's going to go as the right fielder under it, and quickly 2 away. We just going to fly through the bottom of this game, I guess. And in the 7th, NC went 1, 2, 3, and then in the 8th, they singled, but a double play ended that, only having 3 batters up. And now we've had the first 2 batters here, up and down. Same. So Guanidong steps in. He is 1 for 2 on the day. And looks at ball 1 outside, and it's 1-0. He's been on base 3 times, singled in his first at bat, then walked and then hit by a pitch, but a 4-3 ground out in his last at bat with a chance to score. And that is going to be lifted into the gap, and that's going to be a single. 2-out single as Guanidong is on base once again for the 4th time today. Yeah, Kiwoom will have the 9-1 2 hitters coming up. As Guanidong will come out, so he'll be replaced with a pinch runner who will take over in left field, I assume. All right, Soho Cho, and a quick throw over to first base. He slides in. Soho Cho is 1 for 3 on the day. He singled in his first at bat, then a strikeout, a sacrifice bunt, and a fly out to center field. And once again, it checks over at first as he's sliding in there. Chun Jae Won is over on the base pass. Get that. I assume that he is going to take over in left field also for Guanidong. Or maybe move to center. I don't know. All right, here comes the pitch. Curveball, he goes, but it's fouled away, and it'll be 0-1 as he heads back to first base. Right, the 0-1 pitch checks over once again and is sliding back. He is cutting it close over there at first base. Quick throws over. I like the fact that he is sliding back in, no glove at all on his right hand. He doesn't even need the Arby's oven mitts. Takes his little second little step, and we'll have time call. And the 0-1 pitch. And dives back in. Oh, once again, maybe we'll have an 0-1 pitch. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I guess we'll wait forever to see. And looks in, he got the sign, and here comes the 0-1 pitch. Sets up right down the middle. And that's outside, and ball one. Fakes the throw back down to first base as he wasn't going, but his secondary lead brought him off the bag a little bit. All right, let's try this again. The 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss on a big breaking curveball. That was a thing of beauty. Wow. Absolute beautiful curveball. Right now, you've got a 1-2 pitch with 2 outs coming up. And a swing and a miss on another beautiful curveball. Absolutely filthy, filthy curveballs. All right, we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. It's 7-5 as Kiwoom is down to their final 3 outs. All right. Well, like I said, they'll have the 9-1-2 hitters coming up. That'll be Kim Tae Hyun or Jin Tae Hyun, Puig, and Son Sung Moon will be coming up. Out on the mound for the save for NC is somebody. I'm watching a new player, Yi Young Ha, maybe. Eugene Ook. All right, so Eugene Ook out on the mound to attempt to close this for NC. They announced the pinch hitter. We'll see who it is. So Iju Hyung will pinch hit here. All right, Iju Hyung looks at ball one. And it's 1-0. So Iju Hyung pinch hits here, hitting 349 on the season. Again, I wasn't sure why he wasn't in the starting lineup to begin with, but the 1-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1 now. The center fielder for the Korean national team, actually, the under 24 team. And the 1-1 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Eugene Ook is just grabbing and throwing, grabbing and throwing, and grabbing and throwing. And the 1-2, and that's low, 2-2. 137 on the gun. Right-hander Eugene Ook, and the left-hander or left-handed hitting Iju Hyung right-handed throwing. Again, a lot of these Korean players bat left, throw right. And the 2-2 pitch fouls that one away. No, it's going to be stay fair, and that's going to be one away to the left fielder. And one away is they're now down to their final two outs, and that'll flip the lineup back over though to Puig, who did walk in his last at bat. He's hitless on the day. Again, from their top six guys, top five guys, they only have one hit, which was Cardenas. His last at bat, he finally got a single. All right, it's Puig, three. That's not right, and he hits him. Puig will be on first for the second straight time as the first pitch runs in, hits him on the tricep. He does wear some padding up there anyway, though. So runner on first base will be Puig. We'll see if he actually stays on the base pass. Yep, he will. Eugene Hyuk, or I keep saying Eugene Hyuk because I'm used to saying uh, the utility infielder for Samsung. But Sun Sung Moon steps in. He's 0 for 3. He can make it a 7-7 game in one swing. And that's in there for a strike on the inside, and it's 0-1. So Puig over at first. His run, again, doesn't mean much. Son Sung Moon fly out to center in his first at bat. A pop up to the second baseman, a walk in his third at bats, and then another fly ball to the center fielder in his last at bat, and that is going to be ripped, but right at the right fielder who grabs it in front of the warning track, and that is two away. That's going to bring up Cardenas. And Cardenas is the only guy in the top five of this lineup who has a hit. Kiwoom only has 5 hits on the day. A 3-run homer by Park Ju-hong, a single by Im Byung-uk, a single by Cardenas, and then a single by Lee Hyung-jong. So not a lot of hits in the game for Kiwoom. And here comes the first pitch, and that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Cardenas 1 for 3 on the day. He 6-3 ground out in the first, a strikeout in the third, a walk in the fifth, in the seventh. He had a single, and now here in the ninth, what is he going to do? One sets away up outside, and that misses badly, and it's 1-1 now. 1-1, we're having some fun. All right, 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside once again and leaks over, but that's going to be a ground ball right to the second baseman who tosses it to the shortstop. And that will end the game, ladies and gentlemen. That will end the game as Kiwoom falls 7-5 to the Dinos. So, hits. I mean, Kiwoom, they had base runners. They had plenty and plenty and plenty of base runners. But when you go 1 or 2 for 12 with runners on base, you just, obviously you have some issues. They ended up with 9 walks, only 4 hits, 9 walks, but they ended up, stranding 8 guys on base. They did have the one double play back in the eighth inning to erase a base runner. But yeah, I mean, they saw the ball well. They walked a ton. Again, NC's bullpen is the worst in terms of ERA in the league. This was both when these teams pitch, chances are they're going to be most likely they're going to be a bullpen game. The both starting pitchers did not pitch well. Riley has not pitched well yet in this entire time he's been in the KBO. Again, his first game, 5.1 innings and 97 pitches. Gave up 3 runs, 2 earned, walked 3 though. And his second game against LG, 5.1 innings, 108 pitches, walked 6, gave up 2 homers, gave up 9 runs, 6 of them earned. And then today, 4.1 innings, 98 pitches, gave up only 2 hits. One of them was a walk, but he walked 5, struck out 5. So he gave up 5 runs. The NC bullpen was able to keep them from scoring anymore, but all their pitchers gave up base runners. So again, the whip is something to be concerned about. You have to think if they're going to play a better hitting team or a better team, that chances are NC wouldn't be able to hold on to this lead. As far as Kiwoom just didn't have a good day from anybody. Really, they didn't have a good day from anybody. Kim Yuna, only 3.1 innings, 78 pitches, but he walked 2, gave up 7 hits, 1 earned, or 1 homer, gave up 5 runs. Then the bullpen came in. Kim Sung-gi was okay. Gave up 2 hits and a walk, but then Kim Sung-min came in, walked 2, didn't even record an out. He threw 8 pitches, only had 2 strikes. Then from Wang Jong-hyun came in, gave up a hit. He pitched well. From then Park Yoon-sung came in. He ended up pitching well, didn't give up any hits or anything. And then Oh Sung-ju came in, 2 innings from him, 2 hits. He pitched well. But when your starter comes out after 3.1 innings, and you have the 8th worst bullpen in the league according to ERA, you can't expect much, and you've got to have some offense. Again, only 4 hits from Kiwoom. Everybody was on base except the number 9 hitter. Puig had a hit by pitch and a walk. Son Sung-moon had a walk. Cardenas had a walk and a single. Che Ju-won had a walk. Kim Gun-hee had a walk. Im Byung-wook had a walk and a single. Lee Hyung-jun had a walk or a single. Park Ju-hong had a 3-run shot and a single, but they were all walks. All their base runners were walks. And again, you can't score if you're not hitting the ball unless you're expecting to get walked 4 straight times. They did get walked, the bases loaded, with 1 out in the 5th inning, but they proceeded to get a sacrifice fly and then a ground out. So, NC came through when they needed to. They hit much better with runners in scoring position, or at least runners on base. They did have 3 hits with runners in scoring position. And they did have 6 hits with runners on base. So NC, the big difference in this game was just the fact that NC, when they had base runners, they got hits. When Kiwoom had base runners, they got walks. Both bullpens were not awful in terms of the amount of runs left or the amount of runs given up, but overall, there's a reason why these two teams were 9th and 10th last year. My preseason pick was NC was to finish 8th, and Kiwoom to finish in last again. So this is kind of what I expected from these teams. They just don't have bullpens. They don't have any, and they don't really have a lot of a depth on their team. They've got to outscore other teams because the bullpens are really bad on both of these teams. So that's it for me. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's game will be at 2:00, which means 3 hours before today's game started. All Sunday games right now are at 2:00. So I will be back tomorrow at 2:00. I will be streaming the Hanwha versus Samsung game on Sunday. It should be Omsang-baek versus Reyes, I believe, for Samsung. So Hanwha was able to come back and win 7-6 today by scoring all the runs in the 8th and 9th inning. But elsewhere around the league, again, Hanwha came back, won 7-6, and then Lotte won 6-1. The other 2 games were canceled. So shouldn't be any rain in the forecast for the next couple days. So don't really need to worry about rain out games. Again, that's one of the reasons why I did this specific game, knowing that rain was in the forecast. Basically, through maybe Wednesday or Thursday, there's no rain in the forecast. So, shouldn't have any issues tomorrow or at least for Tuesday's game at this current time. So, thank you guys for tuning in once again. I'll be back tomorrow. If you want a specific team to, if you want me to be streaming a specific team, again, I have no alliance to any team in the KBO. I've been here in Korea for 11 years, streaming KBO for the last 4 years. This is my second year here on YouTube. But I put up a poll to let you pick which series, and then I'll pick different games in those series based on pitching matchups and anything else like how hot a team is or the excitement around a team or something like that. So vote in those polls. That way I can know who you're going to be, who you want to see, and I can stream those games, providing you the, as far as I know, the only English streaming of the KBO in the world. And I'm waiting on two things that should be here next week, and then I will start producing my or attempt to produce my weekly show, a recap and preview of the upcoming week. So make sure you guys, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and all of that stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow, and as always, until next time.